Greetings to the dignitaries and honored guests here present from the Covenants of the Prophet Foundation and the International Museum of Muslim Cultures. I am Charles Upton, Executive Director of the Foundation. In the year 626 AD, a covenant was granted by the messenger of Islam, peace and blessings be upon him, to Abraham I, later Patriarch of Jerusalem. In it, the Prophet of Islam made the Armenian Christians the official guardians of many of the Christian sacred sites in the city of peace in the Holy Land. Most likely because they traced their lineage back to St. James, apostle of Jesus and first bishop of Jerusalem, and still guarded and venerated his relics. The Armenians were later granted a longer prophetic covenant, and still later these covenants were confirmed by two caliphs, Umar ibn al-Khattab and Ali ibn Abi Talib, as well as Salah al-Din al-Ayyubi. Since 2013 and the publication of the Covenants of the Prophet Muhammad with the Christians of the World by Dr. John Andrew Morrow, the Covenants Initiative, now the Covenants of the Prophet Foundation, has been working to discover, rediscover, translate, analyze, and promulgate Muhammad's covenants with the people of the book, and in so doing has inspired an international interfaith peace movement within Islam. The covenants reproduced in that book were later collected into a second book, 6 Covenants of the Prophet Muhammad with the Christians of his time, and translated into 15 languages. In addition, in 2019, the International Museum of Muslim Cultures of Jackson, Mississippi, USA, unveiled a luminous traveling exhibit of the prophetic covenants entitled Muslims with Christians and Jews, an exhibition of covenants and coexistence. A collective work of art that takes these documents far beyond the world of erudite scholarship and unveils their beauty and their meaning before anyone who has eyes to see. This exhibition will soon be traveling throughout the United States and hopefully the world. Finally, also in 2019, the American Muslims working to return the prophetic covenants to historical memory were contacted by Aram Kirchian and David Roynashvili, who revealed to us their own magnificent scholarship and artistically radiant presentation of the covenants of the Prophet Muhammad with the Armenians, the covenants of Umar and Ali, and the charter to the Armenians issued by the illustrious Salah al-Din Saladin, and later covenants issued by the Safavids and the Ottomans. It was under the auspices of Mr. McCurchin and Mr. Roynashvili that the 6 covenants were translated into the Armenian tongue. So the words of friendship and solidarity between the peoples of the book and the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, was inspired by Allah to compose in the 7th century, continue to sound today, making whoever hears them virtually present as witness to their birth. And as the Prophet declares in the covenants themselves, these documents will remain in force until the coming of the hour, time's termination, the end of the world. Let us now, however, return to their origin. According to a different account of the encounter between Muhammad and the Armenian Christians in the year known as Am al-Wufud, the year of the ambassadors, Muhammad received a delegation that included the abbot Abraham of the priories of Zion and St. James in Jerusalem, who may or may not have been the same Abraham to whom the Armenian covenant was granted, the one who later became Patriarch of Jerusalem. He was acting on that occasion as ambassador for the Catholicos, head of the Armenian Apostolic Church, who resides in the oldest monastery in the world, Echmiadzin, founded in the year 285 on the foothills of Mount Ararat, on the site where Gregory the Illuminator received a revelation from God identical to the one that came to St. Paul on the road to Damascus. The prophet questioned the abbot, I hear that there is a Christian sect in Jerusalem who venerate a dog and a star. What do these signify? Abraham answered that the star represented the illumination and the dog the spiritual path. When Muhammad was satisfied that the dog and the star were not idols and that the Armenian Christians accepted the one true God, he knew that they were among the submitted ones. Submission to God is my own tradition too, he told them. When there are many gods, there are many shifting loyalties and conflicts. Full submission, Islam in Arabic, can only be made to the one God. Pisteuo eis ena theon, say the Greek Orthodox. Credo in unum Deum, say the Catholics. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad, say the Jews. La ilaha illallah, there is no God but God, say the Muslims. The great English poet William Shakespeare also had something that's highly significant, said something that's highly significant here. A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. All of us who have submitted to the one God are now under attack in one way or another by those who have rejected him. But though our names for him may divide us, we are one in the essence of the named. What could be more natural than that those who love the one God should love one another, and that those who love one another should defend each other as our prophet commanded in his Constitution of Medina and in his covenants with the Christians, the Jews, and the Zoroastrians. It is in this spirit that the Covenants of the Prophet Foundation and the International Museum of Muslim Cultures, in partnership with our friends from Armenia, whose holy mountain Ararat still stands guard, offer to you, our honored guests, the Armenian translation of the 6 covenants of the Prophet Muhammad with the Christians of his time. Let all of us here breathe in the spirit of these covenants and live according to their mercy and their justice.